Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I want to talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder and what I expect from them this offseason. Let's get right into today's video and talk about it. Look, the Oklahoma City Thunder are a team that, you could argue that they're on the cups of breaking through out of their rebuild. They're just so stocked with assets and talent that honestly, it should be, a crapshoot if they don't succeed. And I think they got players in the cornerstone among Shea Glacius Alexander, and they got some potential young stars in Darius Bailey, Lou Dort, and they traded away Diallo, but I think them bringing back getting Svi was a great pickup, and then Alexei Pukashetsky and Theo Maldon were my two favorite picks of this past year. And the Thunder have 6 picks in the 2021 NBA draft, 3 in the first and 3 in the second. Okay, and then they have 3 picks in the 2022. Then they have 6 picks in the 2023, which are 4 first-round picks. And then they have 6 picks in 2024, 2025, and 2026. All right, so the stockpile of picks they have is ridiculous. And you could say, look, they have Kemba Walker, but I think they're going to trade Kemba Walker. I know some people have said they have a wink-wink deal with Isaiah Jackson at 16 if he falls there. I have them getting Scotty Barnes with the 6th pick as being their wing. And then I also have them getting Josh Giddey at 18 if he falls right there. So I think they should trade Kemba. I think trading Kemba will probably be one of the most ideal things for them to do. And it would open up the floor. He's literally would be taking minutes away from Shea and Theo. So I think they could also play Walker next to Shea in the similar manner to Chris Paul, but that wouldn't work in my opinion. And the Thunder have Lou Dort, who's their starting 2 guard, and Darius Bailey at starting power forward, and they have Pukashetsky, who they were trying to play at small forward. So I think we can expect that Walker's going to be a draft night trade. So either the Thunder can move up or just basically salary dump him to another team. And that other team, I really hope, is the Chicago Bulls. Nothing against the Chicago Bulls. I think that they'd actually benefit from that, and I think it'd be good for them, if anything, I want to hear your guys' thought. What do you guys think if the Chicago Bulls did that? Do you think it'd be good for them? Or they should go for more of a different approach? Now, I think this team is definitely a team that they got to do things a little different, because of the situation they're in. And Sam Presti's a great GM, okay? And you could argue, let them go all out into free agency. And that's always a possibility. Let go all out in free agency and mix a bunch of veterans with young players and do what the Atlanta Hawks did this year, which worked. But they need to re-sign Shea, okay? And then guaranteed Lou Dort before they do that. Guaranteed Kenrick Williams, who's also a great talent. Because, look, this team has a bunch of players on it, and they don't really have that many free agents, okay? Their free agents are, technically Tony Bradley, Muscala, Svi, and Josh Hall and Jalen Hodar. And I think they're going to bring back Svi. It's crazy to think that Svi's already been in the league for, 4 years, 5 years after coming out of Kansas. And, he played, 3 or 4 years in Kansas. He, was 17 years old, straight off the boat from Russia. And this team is deep, okay? I like this team, and it's young. And I think that's probably one of the most fun parts about it is how young they are. So what is the offseason plan? Moses Brown and Horford are gone. Kemba's in. Okay. Now, Walker, the lone veteran on the roster, is obviously a clear target to be moved or bought out. He owes $74 million over the next 2 years. Now, as of right now, they have $55.3 million of cap space. And also, I didn't know Patrick Patterson was on the Thunder. And I think they have the bird rights of Svi and Tony Bradley. Obviously, Tony Bradley's not going to get shit, but Svi, definitely. When I look at this, there's a few different directions they can go. Williams, Roby, and Deck all played well for the Thunder, and they seem to have likely going to get their contracts guaranteed. And I think what's going to have to understand is to load Walker's money to a team that needs a point guard is going to be something hard to do, but it's going to be possible. But what they're going to have to, entice a team. Now, the if the if the Thunder want to throw some cap space at a restricted free agent, they're gonna have to renounce some rights. And the guys that they could renounce the rights to are, you know, I'd obviously. It says they have rights to Raymond Felton, Nick Collison, Norris Cole, Deontay Burton, and Mike Muscala still this offseason. Those are cap holds that if you can unrenounce them, I'd unrenounce every single one of those cap holds because that seems like a huge waste of time. But yeah, when you look at the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're probably going to go through another year of mediocrity where they're on the cusp of being like a decent team, but they're not like fully committed. So I want to hear your guys' thought. What do you guys think of the Oklahoma City Thunder and what they should they be doing to set themselves up into a position of success? I really think it's going to be, you know, coming down to what do we see from said offense, or like how it's going to work, how are they going to put themselves into positions to be successful. So I want to hear your guys' opinions on that. I think Sam Presti, if they draft Scotty Barnes, Isaiah Jackson, and Josh Giddey, that's some good depth that they just got there. And I think the best thing that they could do for themselves is, if they don't want to make the playoffs this year, let's not throw cap space at anybody. Let's develop Pokusevsky, Shea, there's Theo Maledon, they got Darius Baisley, Lou Dort, okay? Tons of talent that can just be funneled in there. And I think obviously they shouldn't let that just walk on by. So I want to hear your guys' opinion. What should they do to, further their success, or just to continue being a good team? Or like building to become a good team, I think is really the correct phrase right there. So the Oklahoma City Thunder are a team that is tanking. Is doing the new approach to tanking. Let's get as many assets as possible and let's just go for it, I think it's a good approach, okay? And I think what we've been able to see is how Sam Presti is getting a relentless amount of picks, which I don't think anybody was expecting him to be able to just have like 30 picks in like a 4-year span, which I think is the most impressive part to all of this, is the fact that he has been able just to be a pick connoisseur and just keep getting more and more picks, which is great for him and his team because that's what they need. They need picks, and I like that. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I'm just kind of at this point rambling for the sake of rambling, okay? And the Atlanta Hawks are a team that I do believe, after a historic postseason run come to an end at Game 6, they're gonna come back and try to. I just said the Atlanta Hawks, and I didn't mean that. I was honestly, because I was reading that, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Sorry about that, guys. The Oklahoma City Thunder could be the Atlanta Hawks. I'm sorry. After seeing the Atlanta Hawks do what they did, I think the Oklahoma City Thunder might be incentivized. Hey, I kind of want to see if we could be this year's Hawks of the West Coast. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Do you think that the Oklahoma City Thunder could be the Hawks of the West Coast? But besides that, that's done for me rambling. Peace out, guys.